Hello everyone and welcome back to Frank.
This is evil!
How's it going, guys? I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Today we're going to be doing a horror films tier list. So here's our tiers. We got God tier, classic, decent, dog shit, don't know / don't remember. So yeah, down here we have over 100 horror movies and we're going to be putting them in order from least to worst. Wait, what did I just say? Wait. Let me re-say that. So anyway, yeah, down here we have a list of horror movies. There's over 100 of them, and we're going to be ranking them from God tier to don't know / don't remember. I'm going to do that one more time. Jesus Christ. So we have a list of horror movies down here, okay? There's like 100 of them. We're going to be ranking them from God tier to dog shit. Let's do this. All right, first up we have the Scream franchise. Love it, man. God tier. Honestly, some of my favorite horror movies. I think Scream 1 is probably my favorite horror movie of all time. It used to be Dark Skies, but after watching Scream 1 over again, I was like, that's the best horror movie ever made. The new Screams aren't bad either. They're actually heading in a good direction with it. Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't really care about Freddy. Honestly, dog shit. I haven't seen enough of them to judge them. I'll put them under don't know / don't remember. Wrong Turn movies, classic horror films. I wouldn't put them under God tier, but the first Wrong Turn movie was really good. What movie was it? I think like Wrong Turn 4. Whatever one they're in the asylum. They get away at the end. They get away from all the fucking mutated people. They get on like a snowmobile and they just like hit a barbed wire fence and cuts their heads off. I was like, it was actually a decent movie up until that ending, and then I was like, this movie fucking sucks. Sorry, I'm gonna try to move through these as quick as I can since there's like 113 of them. All right, next up we have the Texas Chainsaw movies. Decent. The Scary Movie franchise, classic. All right, next we have the Friday the 13th franchise, God tier. The Alien franchise, I'd probably put that under classic. Very, very close to God tier, but it's not quite there for me. Chucky movies, I'd put them under decent. I wasn't really huge into Chucky. I mean, the original like movie I've seen a couple times, but I'm not really big into it. Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Oh my gosh. That movie was just absolute fucking dog shit, man. I hated that movie. Children of the Corn? I've never even seen Children of the Corn, surprisingly. As a big horror fan, I've never seen any of the Children of the Corn movies. There's like fucking, what, 14 of them or some shit? Megan. Oh my god, Megan, dude. Sorry. Megan actually wasn't bad. I'd put that under decent. When I saw the trailer for Megan, I thought that was gonna be the fucking stupidest movie ever, but it was actually pretty good. Next up we have The Conjuring. God tier. First two Conjuring movies, amazing. Nope. I actually really liked Nope. I thought it was pretty decent because it wasn't bad. Like, it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it, but I wasn't like, oh, I love this movie, you know? Independence Day, that's God tier, man. That is a classic alien movie right there. The Descent, that was a really good movie. I'd probably put that under classic. All right, next up we have The Crazies. Dude, that movie was actually pretty fucking awesome. That's a classic right there. Attack the Block. I don't really remember much about Attack the Block. All I know is Nick Frost was in it, and I'm pretty sure that's why I watched it, because I love Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. I'd say it was decent. Slenderman. As far as the creepypasta goes in the video games, I enjoy it, but the movie was just, I should say, no, I'll just say decent. Evil Dead. Okay, that's a classic right there, man. Love Evil Dead. Quiet Place. Both of the Quiet Place movies were actually really good in my opinion. I thought it was gonna be weird considering how silent the movie was, but yeah, John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, good people. I'd put that under God tier, honestly. I would never survive in a Quiet Place. If I was in a Quiet Place universe, it'd be over in a fucking millisecond. I wake up in the morning and be like, achoo! Next up, we have Blair Witch. As I've gotten older, I really hate the movies where it's like the first person camera and it's like shaking around. It kind of just gives me a migraine. So if I watch this now, I probably wouldn't enjoy it. Also, the fact that the girl's like fucking filming up her runny nose isn't very enjoyable either. We'll just put it under decent. The Grudge, that's a classic horror film right there. Really fucking scary. Krampus. Krampus is a classic too. We still watch Krampus every year for Christmas, man. Okay, so this is a hidden gem right here. Digging Up the Marrow. I actually really enjoyed this movie, and they could still make more films to branch off of this one in the future if they wanted to. They're definitely not going to, because this is so old. But dude, if you haven't seen Digging Up the Marrow, I highly recommend it. I put that under classic. On the Block Island Sound, I'm trying to remember which one that is. That's where the guy's like a fisherman, right? And it's like an alien movie, I think, maybe. It's really fucking weird, but it was okay. Put that under decent. The Nun, classic horror film. The Nun is fucking terrifying. I love The Nun. Jordan Peele's Get Out. I don't really remember much about it, but I think it was good. I think it was entertaining, so we'll put it under decent. I know a lot of people hate Jordan Peele because all of his movies are like, oh, you don't like white people, blah, 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 blah. It's like, Y'all are thinking too much into some shit. It Follows. Oh, that was the movie where it's like they'd like transfer this fucking demon back and forth when they have sex with each other. It's like if you have sex with someone, this demon goes after them, and in order to get rid of it, they have to have sex with somebody else. That was one of the stupidest fucking movies I've ever seen. That was absolute dog shit. Jaws, God tier. Still one of my favorite horror movies. The Birds, that's a classic. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, another classic movie. Next up, we have A Quiet Place 2. That's also God tier. I love those movies. All right, next we have Jaws 3. I think that's a 3. That movie was dog shit. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Jaws 3 3D, but holy crap. The shark is literally like someone holding a cardboard cutout on a stick going like this. It's so bad, dude. Tremors. Oh, man, I love the fucking Tremors movies, man. I put that under God tier. And by I love the Tremors movies, I mean I love Tremors 1. The first one is so fucking good, man. I love Kevin Bacon. I'm about to be baking some bacon after this, if you know what I'm saying. Next we have The Visit. This is the one where like they go to see their grandparents and like they start acting fucking crazy and shit. That was a pretty good movie. I'd put that under classic. Shaun of the Dead, fucking God tier movie right there, man. And you know what I'm gonna do after I film this video? I'm gonna take the car, go to mom's, kill Phil, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all of this to blow over. All right, next up we have Jeepers Creepers 2. I'd put that under God tier. I love Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. Those are like the best out of all of them, even though the fucking guy who made them is a creep. X, I actually really enjoyed X. This is like one of the first few Jenna Ortega movies I've seen too, even though she's not the main character. But Mia Goth is really good in that movie too. I'd put that under classic. It just had that classic feel to it. It felt like an older movie, but it was like made nowadays. It was weird. Next up, The Babadook. That's another classic right there. My Soul to Take. That's the one where like the fucking Ripper guy like chases him across the bridge or whatever. That part was so scary. I don't remember much about the movie. All I remember is that fucking guy chasing him across the bridge and thinking like, holy shit. Let's say that's decent. The first Jeepers Creepers, God tier. Conjuring 2, God tier. Wait, was this The Conjuring 1? And this was The Conjuring 2? Either way, The Conjuring 1 and 2, both of those I put under God tier. The Thing. I think this is the original or the remake. If it's the remake of the movie The Thing, decent. The original I would say is classic. Drag Me to Hell. So this is made by like Sam Raimi, I'm pretty sure. That's a classic horror film right there too. If you haven't seen that, that's a pretty good one. Legion. Okay, this is another one of these underrated gems. If you haven't seen Legion already, go check it out, dude. There are some bits in that movie that are just like, holy fucking shit. The one bit when the old lady in the diner starts crawling on the fucking ceiling, I was like, holy shit. And then there's another point, she's like talking to this pregnant woman, which by the way, that pregnant woman is the captain woman from the Orville. Now that I think about it, I gotta go back and watch that movie again, which is also Sam's girlfriend in Supernatural. Okay, I'm connecting a bunch of dots right now in my head. But anyway, yeah, the fucking old lady says to the pregnant woman, she's like, your baby's gonna fucking burn. And it's just like, holy shit. And then there's another part where they're like in a diner and like they're waiting for all the demons to come after them. And I remember like, it's just like an ice cream truck pulls up and they're like, what the fuck? It's like an ice cream man. And then he gets out on normal. Then he like starts stretching his arms out and turns into this creature thing, dude. That was like one of my favorite like parts of that movie, dude. I'm gonna put that under God tier, honestly. I forgot that movie even existed, man. I gotta go back and watch that again. Stan Helsing, holy shit, man. Stan Helsing, that's a God tier movie right there. If you haven't seen that, that's like a parody of horror movies. There's one point where all the fucking monsters, like Michael Myers, Jason, all of them, Chucky, they're all singing the fucking YMCA. It's so corny, dude. The Sixth Sense. Wow, that's like one of the first horror movies I think I've ever watched as a kid. I'd put that under classic. It should be God tier, let's be honest, but we'll put it under classic. Oh, The Mist, dude. The Mist. Oh, gosh, man. That's a classic. I'd put it under God tier, but that ending, dude. The ending of The Mist is one of the worst endings of any fucking horror movie of all time. It sucks so hard, man. But it's such a good movie. Zombieland, that's a classic right there. That's borderline comedy. I mean, so is Shaun of the Dead, but you know, it's fine. The Witch. I've never actually seen The Witch, but I've heard very, very good things about it. I know I'm gonna watch it eventually, but for now, we're just gonna put it under don't know. Jeepers Creepers 3, that movie was dog shit. So the problem I had with Jeepers Creepers 3, obviously besides the horrible plot and terrible writing, was half of the movie was filmed like during the day. It was like daytime. I'm just like, I don't know, it just wasn't scary to me. Knowing. Wow, I forgot about this. This was like a Nicolas Cage horror movie right here. I'd say it was decent. Or maybe it's a classic. I don't really remember much about it. We'll just put it under decent. The Village. Okay, that's a classic horror movie right there. The Lost Boys. I've heard a lot of very good things about The Lost Boys. And as a horror fan, I'm ashamed that I've never seen it because it's talked about a lot. but I've never seen it. Have I mentioned that I haven't seen it 3 times yet? Because I haven't. Dawn of the Dead. That's a classic. Willy's Wonderland, dude. I remember when this movie came out, I was like, oh shit, it's a Nicolas Cage movie, but it's like Five Nights at Freddy's. That's kind of cool. I don't like the Five Nights at Freddy's games, but I was like, oh, it's a movie with Nicolas Cage. I'm gonna check it out. I don't think Nicolas Cage said one word the entire movie, so I'm gonna put that under classic, man. I liked that movie a lot. I thought it was really funny. I love Nicolas Cage. He's the same person in every movie he plays, and I love it. Hot Fuzz, this is just my favorite movie of all time in general. This isn't even like my favorite scary. I wouldn't even say it's a scary movie. It's more of a comedy, but it's like a slasher too. Coraline, this is Rachel's favorite movie. I've seen this movie hundreds of times. I'd say that's a classic movie. It's really good. I don't really love the stop motion movies, but I like that one. And there was like one other one that I liked. I don't remember what it was called. I know everyone loves Nightmare Before Christmas, but I'm just like, I don't know. I never really got into it. Midsummer. I've never seen Midsummer, but this is another one of those movies where I've heard about it being really good and I just haven't seen it yet, so don't know. I need to watch that, and I need to watch The Witch. Barbarian. Holy fuck, man. I saw the trailer for this movie, and it looked so scary, and it had Justin Long in it. The Barbarian was just borderline fucking stupid, all right? And goddamn, Justin Long got breastfed by the fucking scariest monster you've ever seen. That movie was dog shit, though. I can't read this one. I think it's Jaws 2, which I don't really remember. I think Jaws 3 was so bad that it just completely wiped my memory of Jaws 2. We'll just put Jaws 2 under decent. Dark Skies. This used to be my favorite horror movie. And then I decided that Scream 1 was my favorite horror movie. But yeah, Dark Skies is god tier. If you like alien movies and sci-fi movies, Dark Skies is like one of the best alien movies. The Ring. That's a fucking god tier horror movie right there. War of the Worlds. Is this the original? I think this is the Tom Cruise one. The Tom Cruise one was dog shit, to be honest. We'll put it under decent. The Tom Cruise one was terrible. The original was like, it was bad, but for its age, like, it was good, if that makes any sense. All right, next up we have My Bloody Valentine. I think this is the original. I haven't seen the original. I've seen the new one with Jensen Ackles. Is that how you say his name? The guy from Supernatural. But I haven't seen the original. I heard the original was good too. We're gonna put that under classic, because I feel like that actually is a pretty good movie. We're just gonna pretend that this is the remake, and we'll put it under classic. Even if it is the original, I've heard really, really good things about it, so it probably is a classic. Okay, so here's the original, The Thing. That's a classic movie right there. The Endless. Okay, so this is the one where the two brothers go back to this like UFO camp or something that they grew up at. Fuck, I don't remember at all what the fucking plot of this movie was, but I just know it was insane. And the two guys that made the movie, they made like 2 other movies that are also really good. If you haven't seen The Endless, I highly recommend checking that out. The Black Phone. That movie was fucking stupid, man. Like, the trailers looked really good, and I don't know, man. I'd put that under dog shit, to be honest. Silence of the Lambs, that's a classic right there, you know? Terrifier 2. I still haven't even seen Terrifier 2. I've seen Terrifier 1, and I enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed bits, and then there's other bits that I did not enjoy at all. The part where he's in the diner and just fucking staring at the girl, and the guy walks over there and is like, hey, dude, are you okay? And he still continues to stare at her. That is terrifying. I thought that was fucking awesome. But then near, like, the end of the movie, I'm pretty sure he shoots the girl like in the fucking mouth and it just goes out the other end and she's alive still. I don't even know, dude. At one point he cuts off some girl's tits and he runs around with them on. Those movies are just decent, to be honest. I've never seen Terrifier 2. Sorry. I'm talking about Terrifier 1. Terrifier 2, I've seen like some of the gory scenes where he's like, he kills the girl and fucking rubs salt on her back and on her face, and like he like jams mashed potatoes to like someone's fucking face or something. I've never seen it, to be honest. I'll just put it under don't know. Signs. Signs is a fucking OG, man. I'm putting Signs up there at the god tier. I love that movie. Seen that movie with Rachel like 100 times. Next up we have Psycho. That is a classic horror film right there. Cabin in the Woods. Dude, I forgot about Cabin in the Woods, man. That was a good one too. Put that under classic. Next up we have The World's End. That is god tier right there. Simon Pegg, Nick Frost combo. It's fucking god tier. I don't think they can make a bad movie together. All right, next up we got Land of the Dead. Why do I not remember Land of the Dead? I remember Dawn of the Dead. That's the one where they're in the mall. Which one was Land of the Dead? I know it's a classic. We'll just put it under classic. Lights Out. We'll put that under decent. It wasn't that great, but it was decent. Twister. That's a fucking classic. Great fucking horror movie. Poltergeist. Same thing. That's a classic. All right, next up we have Tucker and Dale versus Evil. This is a great horror comedy genre movie because I remember I watched it on Netflix. And it was expecting nothing. I was actually expecting a scary movie. And just these two guys, man, and like they're mistaken for serial killers. And these like college kids keep going onto their property and killing themselves. And the other kids think that they're doing it. It's really, really funny. And they just like, everyone's afraid of them, but they're just two regular guys. I remember the bigger dude like wanted to talk to one of the college girls, and his friend was like talking him into it. He's like, yeah, man, go over there and just, you know, put on a smile and laugh. They like that kind of stuff. They're at like a store or something, and for some reason he's holding a scythe. He like walks over to the girl, and he like looks at her. He's like, so you guys going camping? Like, it's so fucking funny, man. Actually, this is where I got the idea for my YouTube channel, like the versus evil for the title, because I really like the horror comedy genre, and that's kind of what this channel is too. You know, it's like scary but also funny. So we're gonna put that under God tier, man. All right, next up we have 13 Ghosts. That's another really good scary movie, and it's got Matthew Lillard in it. So I mean, I kind of want to put it under God tier. Honestly, that's like a very good movie. We'll put it under classic though. Hellraiser. These movies are fucking dog shit. These movies are so stupid. I don't see what everyone thinks is so scary about some guy like fucking spikes in his head. Looks like a fucking bowling pin. What movie is this? That picture looks so familiar. Is that the movie where the guy's like, he's like a sheriff and it's like werewolves or something? I don't fucking know. We're just gonna put it under decent. What the hell was that movie called? Oh, I think it was called Dark Was the Night or something like that. It wasn't bad though. All right, next up we have Something in the Dirt. Okay, this is made from those two guys who made that other movie, The Endless. That was really good. And I just watched this like this year, and I'd say it was pretty decent. The Silent Hill movies, not as good as the video games, but the first Silent Hill movie, I'd say that's a decent film right there. Black Friday. Oh, this is the one with Bruce Campbell and like the dudes like that are trapped in a store during Black Friday, and like all the crazy shit starts going down. I don't want to give away too much of the plot. That was a good movie too. I'll put that under decent. Silent Hill Revelations. Yeah, that one was a little scarier than the fucking original Silent Hill movie. We'll keep that under decent too though. Next up we have Aliens. Okay, so that's a fucking, I want to say God tier. We'll put it under classic. That's a fucking fantastic film though, man. Imagine if you had a little mouth coming out of your mouth, you know? Make sure to subscribe, bitch. The original It, that's a classic movie right there. Candyman, that's a classic as well. Honestly, I put Candyman under decent. I wasn't really big into Candyman. Terrifier. Oh, this is the original Terrifier. Okay, I'd put that under decent. Next up, we have Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and it's on here twice. I'll just put both of those under classic. The original Exorcist, God tier. All right, next up, we have The Hills Have Eyes. That's another one of those like gory horror movies, but this one was good. I'd put that under decent. I want to put it under classic, but it was just decent. Oh, this is the My Bloody Valentine with Jensen Ackles in it right here. Is that how you say his name? Jensen Ackles? I don't know how to say his name. This is the one that's a classic. Where did I put the other one at? Did I put that under classic as well? I don't even fucking know where I put that. Whatever. Beetlejuice, classic. Number 23. Oh yeah, I forgot about that Jim Carrey horror movie where he just like sees the fucking number 23 everywhere. That was decent. Werewolves Within. That was another decent movie. Very, very predictable ending, but it was entertaining all the way through. Cloverfield. Another one of those like shaky camera movies that I'm not really big into. But Cloverfield was a good movie, so we'll put that under classic. The It remake, I'd say that's a classic. That was a very good movie. Pennywise is fucking terrifying. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie with Jack Nicholson. That's a good movie. Put that under classic. Smile, dude. Smile is the most overrated garbage ever. Everyone was like, yeah, dude, that Smile movie was actually pretty good. I fucking watched it and I was like, this is so stupid. It was so fucking corny. I've seen so many movies like it. I just thought it was dumb. So I'm gonna put Smile under dog shit. I know a lot of people liked it, but I thought it was stupid. Like, yeah, this is creepy. But if you turn that into a movie where it's an hour and a half of that, it's just not scary. It's hilarious. It wasn't even like funny good either. All right, next we have Moonfall. How the fuck did Moonfall get on this list? That movie was like so stupid, but it was like funny. You know, I'd put that under decent. I would rate Moonfall over the movie Smile, to be completely honest. All right, next up we have The Conjuring 2. Oh, does that mean... Okay, so this was The Conjuring 3 right here that I put in God tier by accident. I thought this might have been 2. So this Conjuring movie right here, this was absolute dog shit. Conjuring 3, fucking stupid movie. Conjuring 1 and 2 though, both of those are great movies. The Last Shift. This is another one I saw this year. They're remaking this movie too, I believe. I don't remember what the hell it was called, but The Last Shift was actually pretty good. You know, I'd say it was decent. All right, next up we have Pearl. That's one of the more modern horror movies, but like they made it like an old time movie. Oops, I touched you guys. I didn't mean to touch you like that. I'm sorry. You're okay. I liked Pearl. I'd say Pearl was a classic, to be honest. Velocipaster. Oh my gosh, that's going straight to God tier. If you guys haven't seen fucking Velocipaster yet, you're blowing it. My buddy Sam told me about that movie, and goddamn was I not disappointed. Trust me, you're gonna want to see that one. Next we have Jordan Peele's Us. I actually like that movie. I'd put that under classic. I like Jordan Peele's movies. I know a lot of people are against them, but I enjoyed that one. I thought it was a cool concept. The Cable Guy with Jim Carrey. That's borderline comedy horror right there. That's a classic film. Love Jim Carrey. The Shining. God tier. Fucking love Jack Nicholson. As Above, So Below. So this is the one movie. I really wish I remember the kid's name, but it had the one guy from like Superstore, the main guy, and it took me by surprise because like I wasn't expecting it to be good. I think that was another one that was like one of those handheld camera movies. Also, I have to go like this every single time I say handheld camera, because if I don't, you won't know what a handheld camera is, you know? As Above, So Below, that's a classic horror film right there. The Halloween series, God tier. And lastly, we have the Insidious series. I'd put that under God tier as well. They're working on another Insidious movie too. Even though like the Insidious Last Key wasn't that great, I think the original first 2 Insidious movies were really good. I don't think the Annabelle movies were on here either, but if the Annabelle movies were on here as well, I'd put the first one under God tier. I don't really remember all of them, but I know the first one was great. All right, but there it is right there, guys. There you have it, my horror films tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I rated them from the best to the worst. Let me know what your favorite horror movies are in a comment down below, and I'll check it out. Maybe I'll respond if you're lucky. I probably won't, though. If this video probably won't if you get more than 10 views, but here I am, still making fucking videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and comment down below and subscribe for new videos. You can click the bell if you want to get notified of when I upload. I upload new videos every Friday. If you guys have any tier list ideas, let me know in a comment down below. I have a couple more ideas. They're actually not tier list videos, but they're like similar to them. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about my list. Let me know what your favorite horror films are, and I will see you in the next video. This has been Frank, signing off.